When we first started interviewing you was before the Till fight, and I remember that you went away for a while, that you turned everything off. Did you envision that everything would go like this after that little time away? It's been crazy since then.
Since before the Till fight, I had a lot of visions in my mind. I had a lot of plans. Nowhere near done yet, but I'm pointing in the right direction. You know, I got a lot to do before I close the chapter in MMA. There's a lot of pages I have to get filled out front and back, and I'm headed there. I'm getting closer every day to completing that book out. You know, so there's still a lot of great things to do. 2019 has been a great year. 2020 is going to be bigger.
This feels like a very, very special card. It feels like you do some serious numbers.
Oh my gosh! I mean, wow.
You're driving it, so how do you feel about it?
I mean, from top to bottom, we got so many fights that would headline any other day of the week, would easily be headliners, you know. To put them all on one card and say, here, world, enjoy, it's almost given away for free, because it's just, you pay for one fight, but you get all these other collection of animals under the same roof, you know, so I'm excited, man.
A lot of similarities between you and Nate's career. You've fought the best, you've lost to some of the best, and now you've got the respect maybe that you finally deserve after a long time. Do you see those parallels between you guys?
Yeah, I think our wills have never been in question, our dogness to never give up, and that's what people get most excited about when you really dig into it, you know. It's just that spirit that's never been broken, and people can relate. Like, man, these guys have lost, they made a bad decision, they didn't have the right strategy, but guess what? They're still thugging it out, man, and people get behind that, you know?
Is it interesting to you that there seems to be more buzz about this fight between two welterweights than there is about the two guys fighting for the belt?
The other two guys fighting for the belt, the fans, everybody speaks for themselves. Nobody gives a F, man. Nobody cares, and that's because they're not fighting. They're just looking at the clock, holding somebody as hard as they can. They're not trying to separate themselves now. People make the mistake and think that I think grappling's beneath striking. No, not at all. I like guys like Damian Maia, like Khabib Nurmagomedov, Matt Hughes, you know? Guys that are separating themselves from the pack, that are taking you down and making your life miserable, punching you in the face, trying to get you out of there, break your jaw with a choke. I love that stuff, you know? But when you just found this niche of like, I'm gonna hold a high crotch up against the cage as hard as I can and not cause no damage, man, you're not fighting and you're kind of stalling out the other guy from fighting, you know? So I got no respect for that at all.
Do you have respect for Nate for helping make this happen?
Oh, definitely. If it's not for Nate calling me out the way he did and everything, this might not have happened, you know?
The Rock is going to be handing out the belt. Do you feel that it's destined for you then with the Miami connection?
For a fact, you know. I don't want to sit here and point out all the things of why the belt leaves with me, because it's a lot, and gosh, I don't want to give myself that much confidence, but there's a lot of things that I see, a lot of little signs that, man, it's there. I laid out this road. I just got to walk through it now. I created that path that I've been carving out for myself 16 professional years doing this, traveling all over the world, man. I just started thinking, and before I said 16, I started thinking about, man, I started fighting since I was around 16 years old, already at the highest level that my body could, waking up early before school to go get my miles, and coming back from school, going to work out at night again, finishing up late because that's when I'd finish up training, and then saying to myself, man, I can't keep up with this school thing, quitting school just so I could solely focus on fighting. And at 18, turning pro, getting as many fights as I could, and man, it's been an amazing journey. It hasn't always been easy, it hasn't always been the funnest, because I can remember a lot of crappy memories, but those memories are who I am, or what make me. Or right here, right now, when I step into that cage and I need a little bit of extra, I'll think about certain memories and get that pump that I need.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. That's really interesting. I mean, your hunger and your love of the game kind of defines you as a fighter, but nowadays, because you're kind of the man right now, I feel like, are you getting that ball of money, and is that going to affect your hunger at all? I saw you come in on a private jet. Is it difficult to keep things on a level when that happens?
Not at all. Not for me. It's just like, you know, I think a lot of people relate with me because you're at your job forever and you're doing a great job and you're not getting that promotion, and then, man, I kill so-and-so on the numbers. I get more sales than so-and-so's. I do this more than so-and-so. I send out those emails faster than so-and-so. And you don't get that promotion. You're like, damn, and then you start to go stagnant. You start to get stale. The knife is not as sharp no more. I had to take a step back, break, realize it, and say, you know what? I'm just going to make it so you have no choice but to pay me. And making that breakthrough, seeing what I was able to do. When I came back to the sport, I knew two things I had to conquer. Was souls. I had to snatch souls, completely take you from consciousness, and take over this part as well, which I always haven't opened up that much to the media, and I've always been able to talk and defend myself. But I knew I just had to take over and just be myself completely and just let the world see who I am. Why? So the equal sign puts the cash dollars and it makes them huge, you know. And now seeing that I'm getting all these things that I wanted, I'm nowhere near content. Because, man, I'm telling you, the money's not going to allow me to get humbled or civilized, because I want more money. I want more things. I want my kids to have the things, the tools that they need to succeed in life. They need to go to universities. They need to go to Ivy League schools. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to give them the tools that I didn't have, that I literally fought for. You know, they're going to have it. I'm going to make sure my family's taken care of, my dad. Everybody that's supposed to get taken care of, they will be taken care of. So the more I think about, man, I've knocked down these walls, buildings, and mountains, moved them to the side, I know that I could keep doing it, and I'm gonna keep doing it, man. I'm not gonna be a civilized individual. No money can civilize me, you know.
You two are the realest in the game. There's a reason why we've got this belt, and in terms of ability, you can pretty much meet each other anywhere you want it to go. So, do you feel it's going to be that classic everyone hopes it is?
It's going to be violent, I can tell you that much. I don't know if it's going to be a classic war, but it's going to start violent, it's going to end violent.
And after this, does the other belt, is that in your sights?
I got some big plans after this belt, you know. But I have an opponent with me that has tremendous will, heart. So I'm going to take care of that first. And then after that, when the dust settles on the other side and the hugging, kissing championships is over, I'll figure out who's getting baptized from that side.
And how do you feel about Conor saying he wants a season, he wants Cowboy or Gaethje, then he wants the winner of you guys, then he wants Khabib? Are you down with his plan, or have you got your own plan for that?
I got my own plan. I don't work on no man's clock time. I'm subcontracted by the UFC. I'm not even an employer of them. Nobody from the UFC tell me what to do. We have a very small, tight group of individuals that help guide me to where I want to go, that are part of my team. So Conor's plans are not my plans. Now, if his plan is to get in there with this man and find out what it's about, I'm here, man. But this flirting, the talking, the this, the that, I don't like it, man. Just keep it to yourself. Stay in your own lane. Go do your thing. Go drink whiskey or something, man. But if you want to scrap with me, just, you know, after this, we'll figure it out, man. We don't need to talk about all that now, you know.
Now that you're such a big star, is the chances of seeing you in Asia, is that lesser? Are we going to
No, never. I love Asia. A lot of people don't know I fight in Japan 5 times. I love Asia. I love the Asian culture. They've always treated me amazing over there. Actually, when I was coming up, I was still young in the game. I was fighting in Asia, and I was getting okay money, you know, for a fighter. I was like, man, because I was starting to get a little bit of fame. Every once in a while, I go into the airport and people would recognize me. I'm like, this is amazing. Maybe I could get rich and famous in Japan, but then come back to the States, nobody knows me, you know? And that was my plan for a while. I had that as I kept doing more and more fights, going back and back to Asia, and I'm like, this will be perfect. I'll have the life that I want, the money, and I'll still have my privacy. It's not the case now, so I gotta return the favor to Asia. I gotta go back over there and fill another card. I fought there like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago in South Korea. I loved it, man. I wouldn't mind going back to Japan.